Hi, friends, and welcome to Costuming in Color. This is a YouTube show dedicated to showcasing amazing costumers of color and those that support them. I'm Gigi, an historical costumer, dabbleist, and historical buff.
And I'm Noelle, a costumer who likes to play both sides of the historical and cosplay world. Today, I'm very excited to share with you one of my very, very best friends, Mia, of Authentic African.
Thank you, Noelle. I'm one of your best friends.
I
That
love
warms my heart.
But first, some house rules.
The first rule of Costuming in Color is that you tell everyone about Costuming in Color.
This way, even those who don't have people of color in their local groups can get to know ones in our global community.
And the second rule is that kindness matters. Aside from that, there are no rules.
So let's get into it. Mia, where are you from, and do you still live there?
No, I live in Oakland now, but I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland. And I moved out when we were like 10 or 11. My mom's like this big adventurous and piled us all in the car and drove us out to California.
What is your favorite thing about where you live?
Here in Oakland, my neighbors are cool. I lived here like a really long time, so everybody hangs out on the porch and waves as you go by. The neighborhood, I walk the neighborhood all the time, so that's what I like.
What is your Instagram handle, and why did you choose it?
I have two. Authentic African is my business that I started, and I chose Authentic African because when I went to Ghana, I saw how much alike we all are, African Americans and Ghanaians. And so, when I made my business, I was like, hey, all this time I thought I had like imposter syndrome, but no. Authentic, we are all African. So that's why I chose it. Oh, and my other one is Mia Akosua. Akosua is my Ghanaian name. It means Sunday's child.
I was today years old when I learned that.
Guys. Today?
I had no idea. I've been saying it wrong the entire time too.
Yeah. So I got my Ghanaian name, and I had a little. They made me like a little wrist thing, and I wore it until I wore it out. And I was like, okay, I got to save this name. So yeah.
Tell them what you do for Authentic African.
Well, I started designing and sewing for it. When the pandemic hit, it was like all hands on deck for sewers. And I started making masks originally. So many that I opened a business because people like the African print and stuff. It was one of those scrappy businesses too, where it's like, okay, what do we got? Okay, that's what we're selling, right? So that's what I had on hand is tons of African fabric. And so I just started making masks with them. I ended up making about 3, 4, maybe 5,000 masks altogether. And so, and then I started making sweatsuits and, just kind of fusing together African and stuff we wear every day around here because our clothes are kind of gray and black bland. So
the thing behind you is all of the patterns for your masks, right?
Yeah, well, most. I tried to keep one from each batch of fabric that I did. Mm-hmm.
Those are really awesome. They're very comfortable masks too. I really like them.
Thank you.
What is the costuming scene like where you live?
Before the pandemic, it was great. I mean, we have lots of stuff going around here, something for every season, basically. There's Ren Fair, there's just costume friends that are interested in you can get together and make an event. Costume college, peers, dancing. If you are into costuming, you can definitely find it there. It's getting more and more too.
Yeah. Actually, I met you at Costume Con. That's actually where the first time we met, Mia was standing behind us in line and was just like, hi, talk to me. And we were like, okay.
It went the heck a long line. You just gotta.
Yeah. And Costume Con is a con for costumers. It's kind of like costume college, but not quite the same thing. It's more
It's better. Okay, yeah. Admit it. It's better. It's all costumes all day. I think you can change costumes like 3 or 4 times a day. People that's all they want to talk about is your costume. There's none of this extra stuff. No, costuming.
Yeah. So that floats around from city to city to city too. And I think either this year or next year it's going to be here again.
It was supposed to be in San Jose this year, but they put it off to next year because, of the pandemic. So our 10-year anniversary or something.
Oh, it's way more than 10 years, dude. We've been doing this for so long, but it is our like anniversary location, love.
Yes. Yes. So in fact, I flew to Baltimore because they had Costume Con there. Yeah, I just flew. I was like, oh, I'll visit my family and I'll go to Costume Con. And then I think I'll take a trip to Williamsburg too. So, I mean, this is the things that us costumers do. I was like, I don't think it's too far. So, yeah, and that was awesome too. I showed up on my aunt's doorstep like Mary Poppins in a bustle dress because I was she's like, get in here before my neighbors, what are they gonna think? So yeah, it was all costuming all the time. That was great.
That's so funny.
So as far as costuming, cosplay, historical, or both?
Oh, both. Definitely. Historical is my first love now, gotta say.
So for historical, what time period or place is your favorite to do?
Do I have to pick one?
No.
Two favorites. 18th century. I could dress 18th century. In fact, I dressed 18th century for a week at Williamsburg and felt great. And then second is bustle because it's just like the best shape. It makes everyone look so good. Those are my two favorite. Yeah.
As far as cosplay goes, what kind of characters do you gravitate towards?
Badass women and superheroes. Yes, it's my dream. It's my dream to make armor. And so we were trying to do the Wonder Woman, universe. That would be awesome.
How did you start in costuming?
Well, I actually started because of my son. He's grown up now. Yeah, but when he was a kid, he loved like knights and armor and all that stuff. And so I found a friend that was into SCA. She told me they had knights. So I took him to the SCA because they had a war, dressed them up. And we were, heck of peasants, right? And he had stars in his eye. He had so much fun. But so did I. I was like, oh, that's heck of cool what she's wearing. Oh, ooh, I want that. I've discovered that I was looking at what everyone was wearing and I wanted it. So that's what started it.
Did you do SCA for a long time?
No, okay. This is one of those kind of sad things. I would have liked to, but I just didn't get like a lot of welcome, but I would have liked to. So I went to a couple of events and I even had better clothes the next time that I went. But I did meet a lady there who told me about the Dickens Fair. And so it kind of trickled. So from there, I went to the Dickens Fair, and I think she told me about the Ren Fair too, because I was like, is there more of this stuff? So yeah, it started from there and just kind of grew. When I finally joined the Greater Bay Area Costume Guild, I thought that was the best thing ever because it was like all the periods. I could try everything, but I did settle, 18th century and Brazil after trying everything.
You're the reason I'm in the GBACG for sure.
Serious? Oh yeah, because I was like, oh no, you got to come to this event.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what keeps you in the costuming community?
My buddies. Totally, my buddies. Yeah. And I mean, sometimes cool events happen too that you're just, excite your imagination like, oh. So yeah.
What would you like to see improve in the costuming community?
It would be great. It would be great if there was like planning, like Black people and people of color were included in the planning from the get-go. That would be good. And that way we could have, interesting, diverse, exciting events. Only because I'm not just historical. Historical, yeah, that's fine. I mean, but when you want to get into the cosplay stuff, you need a little more spice.
I mean, I feel like the historical could also use a lot of that.
It could, yeah, only because just because they start having the same old events, and you just want to do some, something that's exciting.
Yeah, for sure.
We planned some good ones.
We have.
For a while, I was on the board at the Greater Bay Area Costume Guild, and they did try to be inclusive with their planning. Everyone submits things, and then they go through and talk through it. But the problem is that the organization itself just wasn't diverse enough. So they tried, but they just wouldn't listen. Also, when things were a little off track.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
A lot of people don't know what really happened with that. And I'm at a point where I'm willing to talk about it and spill all the tea. If you want.
I tell every person that I come in contact with that asks me about the GBACG, I'm like, let me tell you why I quit the GBACG.
Right. But I mean, I don't want to like drop them forever, ever. They could do better. They did have good events.
Yeah. To be, they are doing a much better job now. So
we got new board, and then George Floyd and the whole social uprising happened. So now it's on everybody's plate. But we were right at the beginning. That was like one of the first things.
Yeah.
In my life where I actually had to step up and be like, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got like forgivey about it, and I just didn't. I was like, no, I'm pissed.
Well, okay. So this is the part where white allies have the option of getting really pissed off and flying off the handle and blowing up. But we've been living with it our whole lives. And so we're more like, you think this is the biggest thing?
Yeah, no, I understand.
But also it's kind of, okay, I can go all political, but it's kind of, you're trained to go along to get along.
Yes.
And then if you want to have, you're afraid you're going to lose your friends, and there's all this social pressure. And this is a wonderful group, and not that many Black people costume. So I kind of need these friends. I don't want to just dump them,
Yeah.
So there was all that in play. But what really got me to stand up, to be honest, was when they started talking badly about someone else. So shall I tell the story or no or no? All right. So like I said, I'm willing to just spill the tea because it's been 5 years. People should know. All right. So it all starts with this gun, with the planning. Like always, people brought in the plans. And when the Gone with the Wind got up there, I was like, nah, I'm not going to it. Don't do nothing for me. I was really chill about it. I didn't go off. But I was like, no, I don't like the event and I'm not going to vote for it. And so after all it spilled down, they still kept it on the calendar. And one of our good friends, Aaron, complained about it. And they also did like a picture where it had all these beautiful women in dresses with some slaves in the background. And, she complained about it. And instead of stepping up to go, oh, I'm sorry, we were wrong, they're like, oh, well, she just complains anyway. She's not really a member. She's, and I'm like, unfortunately, that's when I got mad. I'm like, no, you don't treat her that way. She's a part of our community. She's a valued person. She has a point. This is not a good event. I tried to be cool about it, but now I gotta tell you, it's a bad event. It's racist, and you should take it down.
Yeah.
But we had a whole round table. Everyone spoke their piece. And well, everyone had a chance to speak their piece, but it's hard to step up and really, and so some people did not. But the ones who did were hot, and that really made me feel good, right? And so they kept going on with it. They for some reason, the president and whatnot just dug in their feet, and it became a matter of principle to them or something, that they should have this event. People want a Gone with the Wind event. And I'm like, well, people want a lot of things, but you gotta, you know,
Yeah.
it's just not right, right? Anyway, finally, it went up to the where someone complained to the city, and the city is the one that came in and put a halt to it, saying that no, you're going to have this on city grounds, and we are, you know, equal opportunity, and you don't get to treat people that way. So, but the whole board blew up over it. Um, a lot of people end up quitting or, you know, not returning after their end of service, and they tried to sweep it under the rug, and you know, I guess I got bad talked about too, you know, but I was always a good and nice person, and I always was welcoming to that place. And people who knew should know that. So
100%. You brought more membership to that stupid org at the time.
and we get through some bomb events. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I just want to be clear. I am never criticizing you for being forgiving, ever. Like, that is not my intention. My intention is just to be like, I have the privilege of not being forgiving, and I'm it because I'm pissed. Like, I'm also pissed because they treated my friends like this. Like, I'm mad that they treated Black people like this. I'm mad that they were obstinate about it. I'm mad, but also I'm mad that they treated my friend like this. Like,
yeah. And then it was hard. It was hard. Like I said, a lot of people didn't step up at the time, but came to me later, and I said, well, when it happens again, be ready.
Learn your lesson. If someone says something to you about it, like, do you know how I was like, do you know how hard it is for people to come tell you, hey, this is racist? Like, that's a thing in and of itself. If it gets far enough that people are willing to say something about it, you are way over the line already. Like,
yeah. That, yeah.
I'm still mad.
But it spun my life in a whole different direction. Mm-hmm. That one incident made me speak up. And once I spoke up, I couldn't ignore it and I couldn't go back. And so now, hey, authentic, went to Ghana, became involved in organizing and helping my community. And the wool is off my eyes because I had just been, you know, going along to get along. And that's no way to live. So thank you, Noelle, for helping me and supporting me through that. So changed my life.
You're welcome. It also changed my life because it was the first time I was like, what? To something like that. So yeah.
And we've had conversations afterwards with our groups of friends, hard conversations, but
still volatile.
Yeah, you know, we're just learning how to talk. I mean, and if you can't do it within your small group, there's no way you can do it in your big group. So
yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna start crying in a second, so you better hit me with some more questions.
Okay, so that was, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate you being willing to speak on something that was hard to go through, and it's really great to hear about, you know, the fact that you had friends supporting you in this, friends like Noelle and others who were there for you. And that's really, I think, for the bigger picture, when people of color do speak up and express discomfort, express concerns, it is your chance to be a human being about it and support them. So do that. Next question is, what is your favorite completed project?
Oh, my favorite. Again, hard to pick. I have two favorites. The first is my hand-sewn dress. I made an 18th century silk hand-sewn dress that I will never do a hand-sewn dress again. So of course that's like up in my favorites. And then the second one is I did a no, I'm gonna say my Black Panther. I love my Black Panther bustle. Yes. Yeah. In fact, I got you know, the thing about costumes, you always are improving it, right? So my next thing is, oh, I want to put some lights in it. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, I love that costume.
We have a historical Avengers squad that is pretty awesome. I really like it.
Is Black, I guess Black Panther is an Avenger, right? Because I guess I guess it didn't I guess that didn't dawn on me when the whole thing came out. Yes, he is an Avenger. And he was even in the Avengers movie after his movie, right?
Yes,
before his
he
movie,
was.
I think.
Before and after. And I could think he was in that Endgame, or not the Endgame, the last one.
He was in Civil War, I think, first, and then there was a
Mhm.
Black Panther movie, and then he was in the last two double feature situations.
Yeah, I finally watched Endgame, the final Infinity Wars, or the last two, because I was really mad when half the people died. I'm sitting in the theater and I'm like, fuck, really? Is that how you're gonna end it? Really? So I was mad for like a whole movie.
I was really mad when I found out there was another movie. I was like, oh my God, they ended it by killing half the people. This is amazing. And then I was like, and someone's like, there's another movie, right? And I was in the theater and didn't know that. And I was like, of course we're gonna fix this. Whatever.
I didn't know if there were going to be two movies or not. Wait, I guess I did know there was a part 1 and a part 2. I was upset that people were crying when Tony Stark's character did what Tony Stark's character did, right? Like, I was in the movie, everyone got quiet, and then I just heard sniffling and like boo-hooing, and I was just like, don't laugh. He's not really dead. Like, he's not. I'm sorry.
But he is actually this last one, he is actually dead. There's no more.
No, but like the actor isn't dead.
I mean, I was sad about Tony because Tony's my favorite character, but like I'm like also like Robert Downey Jr. is getting too old to be Tony Stark now.
He's too old, yeah. And Spider-Man's my favorite character. He's so cute in that movie.
He's so cute.
He's so cute. I love him in that.
I sent you his workout videos. He does this thing where he's like doing pull-ups and he will go like this as he pulls up, and you're just like, you're 16 in this video and you are so hot. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. No, I was like, I will catch a charge for you.
Yes, kinda.
Well, I wasn't thinking he was cute that way, but okay.
No, but he kind of is.
Okay, I will look again. For you, sweetie, I will look again.
Okay, great. You also did a Nick Fury that was pretty badass.
Yes, I started out with Nicky Fury and morphed, and yeah, because I had my little buff arms. I had to show that, and so that was cool.
Yeah.
And so wherever we go in that, when we wear that group, all of us, we stop the show. Yeah, it's a great group costume.
I like it.
So you just gave me an idea. I want to get into Regency, and I might do like a Regency morning dress and do a Regency Black Panther.
Ooh.
I want to do Regency Super Mario Brothers.
Ooh.
Because I think the Regency like bonnet caps look like the little mushroom hats that they wear.
Awesome. I'm thinking I made a Regency coat for an event that needs a new dress to it.
Ooh.
I always do that too. Do you guys like piece and match your costumes together or keep completing your wardrobe? Yeah. So always.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the first time it's never ready. You always got to keep working on it.
I just did a whole video about this. Like, there's like stages of done. This is wearable. This is good. Ooh, this is better. And right, we're done.
We're done. This is complete.
Moving on.
I mean, like if I commission something, then it is done. But the couple of things that I have actually sewn, yes, there are stages.
Yeah.
There are stages.
Like with a few pins, I could probably get out of the house in this, is the first thing. Yeah.
Let's talk about memories in a different way. What is your like sentimental or nostalgic memories about a costuming project or costuming event?
There was one event, and I think it was before Noelle joined, that when I was the organizer, we called it Petite Trianon. And we got this old hotel that was perfect for it in San Jose with a beautiful entryway and mirrored glass. I mean, it was beautiful. Yeah, we had like 100 people there, and everyone had an amazing time and everyone looked so beautiful. I made my painted 18th century backpack gown, and I wore that cage that we made in the class that was ridiculously high. Anyway, that was the funnest event. Um, and also because I organized it, so I have actually, special memories. And everyone I talked to was 5 different parties because everyone's memories were different, right? It was just so wonderful. Yeah.
That was right after I joined, but I was still at the stage of like, oh my God, I cannot possibly make a costume for this / afford to go to this crazy thing. That one was kind of expensive, but
It was over there.
am I jealous and sad that I didn't just figure it out?
It was an amazing event. Yeah. My husband even he let me make him a costume and he wore it. We danced. I have pictures and I wore yeah.
He does not go to things. Wow. All right.
I'm one of those two. I have a husband who doesn't. He's not involved in this. This is all me.
Does he have any period in time he likes?
He's like, I don't want to dress up. Like, I just want to be myself. He's like, why would I want to be someone else? Like, I don't live in that time period. So, but for really special occasions, in the SCA, when I've had like awards that were special that I knew about in advance, he has allowed me to dress him, and he has come to support.
That is nice. That's nice. My husband likes Westerns, so I have been able to get him out to like a dance wearing Western clothes because there's not really a costume. So yeah.
Chris is a big no. Yeah, not gonna do that.
Not happening.
It's cool. It's kind of better when he's not there anyway, because then I can do what I want and I can go out as late as I want and I don't have to like obey anybody's sleepy schedule. Seems good.
You don't have to entertain or make sure that he knows everybody. You just go for it.
All right. What costuming groups or organizations are you in?
Actually none right now, but I have in the past been in Greater Bay Area Costume Guild, of course, Costume Guild West, and Bay Area Costume Enthusiasts is an online platform where we talk about costumes.
What conventions or events do you recommend?
I definitely recommend Dragon Con if you can go. Oh my God, that's so fun. And then that's like if you like other things, just because there's a lot going on, a lot of people, they have workshops and all kinds of cool stuff like that. A parade.
I don't go to any of that. I just go check out costumes.
I know, but they do have all that stuff. And then you're going to see so many costumes, so many cool costumes, and so many naked women costumes. It's awesome. And then Costume Con. Please go. If you love costumes, you can bring all of your costumes, like all of them, and wear them all. And it doesn't even matter. You could be hanging out with someone dressed completely different. Cosplay is just all a big mashup, and your eyes just have stars in them all day. You're just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yeah, that's the one.
So you like Costume Con better than Costume College?
Yes.
Okay.
But I like Costume College too.
Yeah.
I do. But is that a convention?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, that's a convention. It is.
All right. I will have to put Costume College on 3 then. 3. Because Costume Con only comes around every 4 years. Costume College is every year. You do get to meet up with your buddies and take the classes. Yeah, I'm always taking like, how to make armor classes and stuff like that. But they have everything. I love it.
The reason that I find Costume College just a lick higher than Costume Con is I don't like masquerades, and I would rather have like the hangout dance party that Costume College has. Whereas there's a masquerade, which is really like sort of rigid and at Costume Con.
But I'm inspired to maybe enter the masquerade. We should do something.
Okay. Who is your costumer crush?
I just love Cutie Pie Sensei. You watch her on, oh man, she does some hot costumes, and her like they're dead on always.
She is gorgeous.
They're
Like
just
gorgeous, and she is so skilled and so good at her costumes. And
I
like,
know, right? Can you teach me how to sew with all that spandex? I need that class. Yeah, she's super cute. I like her.
yeah.
Do you have like an entertainment routine when you're sewing or crafting? Maybe a playlist or a show list?
I used to watch like all the costume movies that I've seen before because you don't really have to see them. You know, you don't have to. Oh my gosh, what's that one with the women that travel and they're all wearing bustles? It's all bustle. It's like, sorry, I can't think of it right now.
I don't know this one, but I would like to know.
Wait, are you talking about the Buccaneers?
Yes, the Buccaneers. That's like one of my favorites. The Buccaneers. Yes, because the bustle game in that movie is the best. And they go through natural form. They get girl, look, I got goosebumps. Yes, I love the dresses in there. But if I'm not watching like the Buccaneers or something that, I'm just looking at on the side, then I'm like playing like, hip hop and my favorite Lila Ike, which I love her reggae. So I'll just put that on and just be jamming.
Who inspires you?
Let's see, who? Maybe not so much a who, more like a what, like a movie would inspire me, or if I see like a cute outfit, or I just get inspired by more like things than people. Yeah. Although people can push me, like Noelle can push like nobody. Do a group costume with her, she will have you be like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, and you're gonna be ready. And so
Here's the schedule.
yeah. Yeah. So I can be pushed.
Let's talk about gratitude for a moment. Who or what are you grateful for?
I have to tell you, I'm so grateful for my costume friends, my group. There's like 6 of us, and we've been friends since that time, meeting at Costume Con. And people have come and people have go, but the core of us have been there. They came to my kid's wedding. I'm gonna start crying for sure. I mean, you know how you segment your life? Everyone does. You got your costume friends, you got your work friends, you got this. No, these are friends that have gone beyond the segment, and they're friends. Yeah. And we come from all walks of life, and they do inspire me to be a better person of myself because I see outside of my own lens, so I can see how life is for other people and learn more. So I'm always learning from them. They talk about books I haven't read, and inspire me. Oh, let me go read that just so I can stay up with them, right? So I'm like, oh, better go read that book, just yeah. I'm really grateful for my group of friends. They're like that. Yeah, they're like that show Friends. I always wanted a group of friends like that. It turns out I have one. So
now I'm gonna cry.
I'm telling you, don't get me
No
going.
crying. No crying. No crying. There's no crying on Costuming in Color.
What?
Oh.
What?
I just make up rules. Noelle, I just make up rules.
Okay, but you have to give up the sleep.
They seriously came out to my daughter's wedding party. I mean, they didn't have to. They came and jumped in. What can I help with? Noelle missed the grand finale to watch equipment. She's back in the corner going, damn it, I hate being a good person.
No, I was happy to do it. Like the DJ was a friend of theirs and he wanted his equipment watched. So I was like, I will watch the equipment.
So yeah, that, just what started out as just a limited thing is grown into, we're part of each other's lives.
Yeah.
Nice. So if you could give new costumers who are just getting into this one piece of advice, what would it be?
I would say that when it comes down to it, it's a costume. Don't sweat the small details because you will stress yourself to crazy. To like, if someone points out that that's wrong, you slap them. No, not that. But seriously, who's going to come up and point out that your thing isn't laying absolutely flat, right? It's a costume. So final thing, don't stress too much because it's going to look amazing and it's a costume.
This is supposed to be fun.
Exactly. It was to be fun. It wasn't until I started like not sewing up into the last minute that I started having more fun.
Yeah.
If you sew up to the last minute, you don't have time for your accessories. You don't have time for, to get everything so you just feel smooth and unrushed and not sweaty and, all of that. So I give a deadline. If I haven't gotten past a certain point, like 2 days before the event, it's over. I'm not starting a new costume. No. If I'm just to mark up period, no, it's not going to happen. So yeah, it's much funner when you do that.
My deadline is similar, but it's like 2 weeks ahead of time.
Well, I actually was going to make a dress for Monica for my daughter's wedding, and it was Wednesday night, and I put on the markup, and I was like, this needs too much work. Threw it. Yeah.
You looked amazing anyway.
Yeah, thank you. It was hard. I'm like, can't have too much cleavage. I was supposed to be the mother. Yeah. She picked out a one shoulder too much thing for me. And I was like, I could wear it. I could totally wear that dress, but I'm not the bride. So you are the spotlight. So, because they're going to be looking at my body if I wear this baby. No. I had to play it off. I was nervous about wearing that dress.
All right. If you have a closing message on inclusion or equity, we would love to make space for that.
I don't really have like a closing message.
Okay.
Just that you have to, get to know people as they are, and try to be open. Yeah, that's it.
All right. I like that message. Try to be open. Just try. Just give it a try.
Try to be open. I'm telling you, trying to be open has really changed. A lot of cool things have happened because I was just open.
Come from a place of yes. Just try it. It's fun.
Shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Mia.
Thank you. Is it over? Are you going to make it all sound cool? Because that was just like we were just chatting.
That's all it's supposed to be. And actually, this was a really, really fun interview to do. I feel like I got to know you better, and I'm happy that the people who are going to be watching this will get to know you better too. So thank you to our viewers as well for joining us. We will leave a list of Mia's information down below for you to follow her on all of her platforms.
Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. If you have a costumer of color that you think we should interview, please use the form that we insert down below for you so that you can suggest people for us to talk to. Make sure to leave a little love for Mia in the comments, and we will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.